Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at ICP. Just a heads up, if you hear a humming sound in the background, there's construction around the corner, not much I can do about it today. So I apologize for that inconvenience. Just listen to my voice and get carried away with knowledge instead of being so stuck on the back end noises. It's driving me nuts if it's any consolation. All right, so I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're gonna take a quick look here at ICP, see what's going on. It's dumping pretty hard, so I'm actually happy about it because we took some nice healthy profits on a short that we took roughly a week ago. So 33% from a short we took roughly 7 days ago. Again, that's the benefit of swing trades, folks. You get paid out with patience. Obviously, there was a lot of confluence to the downside. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but congrats to everyone as well. FTM long, 31% yesterday. We took a trade, a long position last night, essentially. So if you're not sure about that, take a look. FTM's a beast right now. It's really killing it, and we had really good confirmation there. So let's take a quick look at ICP and see what's going on. Back in data first. This is liquidation levels, and I've talked about $16 being a heavy point of contention or liquidation, however you call it. 16 to 14 is that range. Okay. Now there's a lot of trades that have been closed since we discussed this last as far as shorting, but when you take a look at this here, $14, we still have a concentration between $13 and $14 as long liquidation. But the key takeaway here is that anyone who was taken along at $16 got absolutely destroyed today. And this is a par for the course, right? Very standard. I mean, when you see how poorly ICP was doing yesterday in comparison to how Bitcoin was pumping or kind of selling off a little bit, when coins like this sell off like 2, 3, 4x of Bitcoin, it's usually a sign it's gonna continue lower. Again, half the reason why I felt very confident in keeping our short position open, right? Either way you look at it here, now that that level's been swept, we could very well see a recovery from ICP just because there's not really a ton of liquidation in the last 7 days of trading. Let's double check the monthly to be sure. That actually changes things. You look back a little bit further, you can see there's a lot of liquidation between now and $14. So again, I don't think this downtrend is over yet, but the largest amount of liquidation has been swept at roughly 1630. So sorry if you were a statistic there, folks. That's trading 101. That's manipulation, market movers. They all do crazy stuff. So just good news here. We could see a slight relief rally here where the price action pulls back up before it pulls back down again. We are on our ABC wave, if you will. So I think there's a good chance that we could see a slight relief rally here soon for the price to pull back up. Maybe you get a chance to get out of your long position. We'll see here in a moment, of course. But let's double check the SMAs. And just to clarify, this is not a great sign at all. Losing the 20-day SMA, while it's not like the worst thing ever, it's definitely something you want to be mindful of. In other words, $17 there is right where the 20-day SMA is hanging out. If you take a look at volume, there's tremendous amount of volume at $13. Okay, most people are interested or average in around 13 is basically what it's telling us here. So if you got in around 16, 17, 18, and you haven't been watching my videos, I'm sorry. Welcome aboard. But we've been kind of more short biased ever since we broke through this bear flag and essentially retest that support at 17.6. Either way, we're not here for he said, she said, but I'm happy to hear that some people are watching and learning because there's been some really cool feedback here lately. So thank you again so much for just letting me know that things are working well for you. Take a look at the MACD though, we can see we're diverging, big surprise. Stochastic RSI is also diverging. Traditional RSI is getting close to 50. We could see a bouncing point here. That's that $16 range. It's common for the price action to recover at that level. Okay, now again, if we just blast straight through that, we could be in bearish town, if you will, bear town, and then we would likely probably see this $13 to $14 range retested. Keep in mind we do have some support here, potential support coming up with that previous resistance level at about 1565. So 1565 could be the next retest. I would put a profit target like 1570. And in fact, if I look back at my ICP trade, I think it is in the upper $15 range for our third take profit target. Again, a lot of times I set take profit targets on just above key Fibonacci retracement levels or support. And then alternatively as well, I'll also put them right where heavy concentrations of liquidation are. That's exactly why we got filled this morning, because the price came down to sweep that $16 range. Okay, so that's roughly what we're looking at there for the daily. 4-hour time frame tells us probably a different story. We're starting to see this divergence occur. We lost 50 in the RSI, never a great sign. Stochastic swinging down, and MACD diverging. So all bearish signs here on the 4-hour, except for the 200-day SMA. Look at that, hanging out right there at 1550 with that most recent resistance. So It's probably safe to presume the price continues lower. 1550, 1560 might be a good consideration for a long, pending we have other confirming factors. So I'm just going to set an alert there to see if it might be worth looking at as a potential bouncing point. Again, more recent highs are really common to be new lows and essentially a bouncing point. Okay, so we could see that happen. Taking a quick look at Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly, we're probably going to see the same thing as we always see, which most other coins are exuding the same behavior, including Bitcoin. 100% confirmation not to take a long position and to leave your short position open if you have one. Okay, so it's really straightforward here, folks. When the lagging span's free and clear the price action on the downside, conversion line to the baseline or below the baseline, and lagging span free and clear, like everything that we see here is truly bearish. So what this is telling us here, if we look at the most recent time frame, this is just last. We're just going to go back ever since the price entered this range. So that's roughly maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. We can see that we have the most amount of volume. This is the resistance for us at 1770. Okay. Once we lost that level, it's safe to presume the price is going to continue lower, which it has. So hypothetically, the price rallies back. We could see 1770 work as a new resistance. So hypothetically here, just say the price comes down, travels to 1570, 1580. We get in for a long position. Our profit target should be just below this most recent fib level and or just below this most recent resistance. Okay, so just kind of some friendly advice. That's generally how you want to set your targets. But just know right now, this 0.382 fib level, we lost that for the moment. If we close below that today, shooting or getting closer, trending towards $15/$14 is a lot more sensible. It's a lot more realistic. Pending Bitcoin doesn't just go parabolic tomorrow to the upside, we should see ICP slowly continue to bleed out. It's just kind of what everything's telling us. So again, that's just kind of the general consensus there. If you hate me because I told you the price is going to go down because you love ICP, you're probably in the wrong place. I'm just going to tell you straightforward how things should work and how things typically do work based on statistical probabilities over the last 20 years of trading. I've seen a lot of charts in my day. I analyze maybe 20 to 40 charts in a day, every single day for the last 20 years roughly. So I can tell you it's been a very fun experience, but it's always interesting to see how these passionate newbies comes in and think that I'm bashing on their favorite coin. It's just kind of slightly hilarious to me. Anyways, I hope you learned something here today, and if you did, comment below, like, subscribe, follow. If you want to become a better trader, join our trade signals, cryptocash.tech. We took some nice healthy profits in the last couple of days there. And then, of course, last but not least, you can trade this coin, ICP on Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange. This is our favorite exchange as a community. We love trading with them, and they have no KYC or VPN requirements. I'm always on the lookout for new exchanges. In fact, there's a couple of others I'm looking for as well, just so we can have other options for no KYC or VPN if you're like in the US or Canada. It's nice to kind of find that benefit for you. So, by the way, thanks again for your patience, folks. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.